Hello guys, welcome to our class for today. This is Normal Math Science Tutors Online, and this is your physics class, and today we'll be looking at potentiometer. Potentiometer, that is what we are going to be looking at today. So we are going to discuss how the potentiometer is used to measure resistances and the EMF of a wire, the resistance of a wire and the EMF of a cell. So please, if you have your writing materials ready, we'll go straight to the class. But before we go, please, if you are just visiting our channel, please subscribe to our channel, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and then invite your friends too. Then if you are a returning subscriber, you are welcome to our class for today. Please, we have uploaded a lot of lectures in physics, so please just go through all our lectures, and there are a lot for you to benefit from them. And whenever you want to view any of our videos, please just get yourself settled, get your writing material so that you can follow through, especially for the ones that has calculations for you to solve. Okay, so please, if you have any comment, put in the comment section, or you can reach us through the WhatsApp number that is showing right on your screen. So welcome to our class once again, and as I said, we are looking at the potentiometer and how it is used. Alright, so if you are ready, please let's go straight to the class. Alright, so right on the screen is the picture or a diagram of a potentiometer. This is actually a diagram of a potentiometer, and then these two is also representing a potentiometer. Right, so in a potentiometer you see that it has a rheostat. This rheostat is used to adjust the current that enters through the cell. Then this is your cell, this is your battery, then this is the potentiometer wire XY, this is a jockey and a galvanometer that is connected, then this is cell. Alright, so this is just a picture of what you have. This is a key that needed to be closed or opened, as the case may be, right? So this is just a diagram of what a potentiometer is. So what is a potentiometer? A potentiometer simply is a device that is used to measure resistance of wires, and also it can also be used to measure the EMF of a cell. Right, so it can be used to measure resistance of wires, and it can also be used to measure EMF. EMF is electromotive force. Remember, in our previous class we've discussed EMF, so you can go through those videos where we treated EMF. Okay, so potentiometer basically that's what it is used to do. And what is the component? It consists of a wire. I've mentioned it before, a wire of about 100 centimeter, which is equals to 1 meter of uniform cross-sectional area. Then you have a sensitive galvanometer that is connected to the cell and also connected to a jockey. The jockey is like a moving key that you use to touch the wire, and as you are using it to touch the wire, you'll be looking at the deflection on the galvanometer. Is that okay? You'll be looking at the deflection on the galvanometer. So the balance point is red when the galvanometer shows zero deflection, and that is when it does not read. Okay, so the balance point is red from the meter rule when the galvanometer shows null deflection. Null deflection means zero deflection. Okay, so the point you need to note is that the PD across any length of the potentiometer wire is directly proportional to the length. So across any length of this galvanometer wire, the PD across it is proportional to the length of the wire. We are going to come to that in our next slide. Alright, so this is basically what the potentiometer consists. But how is it used? How is the potentiometer used to measure the EMF of a cell? Alright, so that's what we're going to discuss now. Okay, so for you to use the potentiometer to measure the EMF of a cell, you have to complete the circle as depicted in this diagram or in this picture that you are seeing. Okay, so you have to complete the circle, and then in this you have to complete the circuit. Okay, So the cell, okay, so assuming you want to measure the EMF of this particular cell, okay, so the cell that the EMF is to be measured is connected to the circuit. The positive terminal of the cell is connected to this point A, while the negative terminal is connected to the the jockey through the galvanometer. Okay, so you have your galvanometer here, and then this is your jockey. Your jockey is like a key that you use to touch the galvanometer wire along this length. Okay, so from what you see here, this is like a graduated ruler. Okay, it's graduated and it's a uniform wire. Normally you put a ruler by the side of this wire because it is from the ruler that you will use to measure the length of the galvanometer wire. Is that okay? And this is supposed to be a meter rule. That is a 1 meter rule. That is a 100 centimeter rule or a 1 meter rule. Okay, so when you close this key, a balance point is obtained. Now when you close this key, current will flow, right? So you begin to use this jockey to touch, move it on the wire, use to touch the wire until while you are touching the wire, you'll be looking at the deflection on the galvanometer. All right, so you wish to touch the wire until you get a zero deflection. Once you get a zero deflection, that point is known as the balance point. Okay, so from there you will now take your readings. You take the readings on the, you measure the, from there you can now take the reading or take the reading, that is the length of the meter. You take your readings from that point. Okay, so with the key closed, a balance point B is obtained. At this point, the PD across AB is equal to the EMF E1 of the cell, while the PD between A and B is directly proportional to the length L1 of AB. So that is exactly what I've said before, that the PD between the length between A and B is equal to the length of the wire that you measured. So you measure from 0 to the point where you have your null deflection on the meter rule. Then you take your reading. Is that okay? So you take your reading. So from that you get that you have that the EMF for the first cell is directly proportional to the length of the wire. Now if another cell is used, if you replace the first cell E1 with another cell E2, you obtain a new balance point where E2 will be equals to L2, where E2 will be equals to L2. So if you arrange these two mathematically, if you arrange these two equations mathematically, you are going to have that E1 all over E2 is equals to L1 all over L2. So this is basically the equation that you use to solve for the EMF or the length of a wire, as the case may be. So depending on the variable that you are asked to look for when it has to do with the potentiometer experiment, this is the equation that you will apply. Is that okay? This is the equation that you will apply. So anytime you want to carry out experiment on potentiometer in the laboratory, just know this is the equation that you will use to solve for whatever variable that you are looking for. Okay, so we are going to solve some problem now so that we can have a more understanding on how to do calculations on the galvanometer, on the potentiometer. Right, so this is a sample question, and this question says that the balanced length of a potentiometer wire for a cell of EMF 1.63 volt is 85 centimeters. Now, if the cell is replaced by another one of EMF 1.07 volt, calculate the new balance length. Okay, so for this particular question, you have been given the initial ballast length, that is E1, has been given to you to be equals to 1.63 volts, and L1 is given to you to be 85 centimeters. Also, E2 is given to you to be 1.07 volts, and L2 is what you are looking for. This L1, L2 is what you are looking for. So applying that equation, write that E1 all over E2 equals to L1 all over L2. Okay, so when you substitute into this equation, you have 1.63 all over 1.07 is equals to 85 all over L2. So from here, you can make your L2 the subject of your formula. Okay, so your L2 be equals to 85 multiplied by 1.07 or divided by 1.63. Alright, so by the time you work this out, you are going to have that your L2 is 55.80 centimeters. Okay, so L2 is equals to 55.80 centimeters. Alright, so basically this is how to apply the equation for potentiometer. So in case you have any problem to solve having to do with the potentiometer, this is how to apply the equation. Alright, so I don't think there is any ambiguity when it has to do with calculations with the potentiometer. There's no ambiguity. It is either you are not giving one of the EMF, or it is either you are not giving one of the lengths. So anyone that is not given to you, that is what you look for, and this is the equation that you need to apply. Okay, so no ambiguity. I hope this is simple and it's equally direct to the point. All right, so all right guys, so this is a question for you to solve. They are the same thing. No matter how the question is twisted, it is the same thing. It's the same formula. Everything is the same thing. All right, so just try your hand on this, then go to your textbooks to go to past question papers on JAM and WAEC. Just check through. All right, check through. You see that the formula is the same. All right, so please guys, try your hands on this question, and then you can reach out to us if you have any challenge. Okay, so this is a brief class, and I want to make it as brief as possible too, because the concept of potentiometer is direct. There's no ambiguity on it. All right, so thank you so much. This is where we are ending this class. But before I leave, please guys, if you have not subscribed to this channel, if you are enjoying what we are doing, please just subscribe to the channel. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up, give us specific comments, so that, and also invite your friends to come and enjoy what you are enjoying. Also click on the notification bell so that when we upload a new video, YouTube will notify you. All right, so thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, because this year is actually an examination year. We urge you to prepare very well, and we're also wishing you the best. That okay, go through all the lectures that we have uploaded. Right, we started from the beginning, from SS1 to SS2, and we are in SS3. So please go through all our videos. I bet you that by the time you are able to complete this physics course, you will come out to be the best. Yes, you come out to be the best. So please, if you have any question, you can put it on the WhatsApp link or on the WhatsApp number that is showing on your screen. You can reach us through it too. So thank you, and we hope to see you in our next class. Have a nice day.